Caught between the iron wall, the light shines through the door. The missing sound.
Hey gamers, how's it going? It's Kwing here, and I'm bringing you yet another review for Game Nights Entertainment. Now, if you were listening to last week's show during my release segment, then you guys would know that Super Punch-Out has finally arrived on the Nintendo Wii's Virtual Console. And I have to tell you, I've actually been waiting a long time for this game to come out, and now I'm going to grace you guys with a very short review of Super Punch-Out. Now, Punch-Out is actually a sequel to the Punch-Out series on the NES, being, of course, Punch-Out featuring Mr. Dream, which is an excellent game, and I would highly suggest downloading it. Now, Super Punch-Out doesn't really follow in the same story canon as Little Mac. But you know what? That's okay. I'm not going to hold it against them. My guess is Nintendo was trying to revitalize the series to keep it fresh for the SNES. Now, the whole concept for Super Punch-Out is to defeat your opponent by KOing him. Usually, the player will play 2 to 3 rounds, depending on the other boxer's stamina. Super Punch-Out has some modes of play as well, although you must unlock them by playing the championship mode. Brand new to the Punch-Out series was the ability to duck now. So now, we didn't have to just dodge to side to avoid uppercuts and stuff. And the ducking was much faster. But the only problem with ducking is those lower shots to your stomach, you're going to get hit in the face when you go to duck, and your character's not going to block. But you know what? It wasn't that big a deal. Now, Punch-Out itself was a pretty fun game, but Super Punch-Out also became an instant classic, especially for anybody who had a Super Nintendo back in '94. Now, controlling your boxer was just as easy as the NES Gem. You only used 2 buttons, but what was great about this game is in the NES game, in order to do a knockout punch, you had to hit the start button, which it wasn't a bad idea, but for the Super Nintendo game, once your meter's full, you just hold in the A button and let out a knockout punch. Now that's pretty sweet. So yeah, gameplay-wise, this game is fun, and like the original, it's easy to pick up and play. Still, the game does have some really annoying features. The first is that the game itself is timed. You heard me right, timed. Second, the boxers aren't as funny as Punch-Out. I really hated Mad Clown, but I won't show any footage because he just looked too lame. The boxer I had the most difficulty was with Dragon Chan. The Irish dude was no sweat, but come on! This is anything but boxing. He roundhouse kicks you. Now where is the referee? Seriously. Last time I checked, that is illegal in boxing, right? And Punch-Out, the characters also gave you a cue when they were about to do their special attack. Now they do in this game, but it happens so fast that they give you a millisecond to react. So yeah, that's totally not cool. Still, the game is actually a little bit easier than its prequel, but not by much. And once you guys make it to the World Circuit, if you even do, then you'll understand that this game is very challenging, especially the special circuit, but I won't really get into that. The one thing that I always enjoyed about the Punch-Out series as a kid is that the game is all about memorization, especially memorizing your enemy's movement and attacks. Once you know their attack pattern, you can easily put the hurt on every single fighter in the game pretty easily and play through the game with no sweat at all. The game itself does look a little bit more cartoony than the last Punch-Out game, but I actually like the presentation for this game a lot more than the very first Punch-Out. I love the cartoon effects. I think it looks awesome. I also am very pleased with Nintendo that Punch-Out for Wii looks like a 3D version of Super Punch-Out, but with the classic old-school characters and hopefully none of the Super NES fighters. Now, I do recommend that you guys download this game for your Wii. It's just 800 Nintendo points, and I think it is well worth the download. The game has a lot of replay value. It does have some time attack modes and some other modes of play, but most of the time you guys are just going to want to play through the actual circuit. Anyway, this is a really good game. Game Nights gives it an 8.3 out of 10. Well, that does it for me, guys. Stay glued to the Game Nights for more reviews that are coming, especially Mega Man 4, which is a co-op review with Swag. Listen to our radio show every Tuesday. This is Kwing saying thank you so much for watching. God bless and happy gaming. Keep it here to the game nights. Later, folks.